Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Anna, and today I wanted to do a little last minute Halloween-y-ish makeup look, some like last minute inspiration for just something you could wear. I don't know, or maybe just a last minute kind of dramatic fall look. I don't know. I just wanted to do something smoky and play with a spooky little palette, so we used Moonlight Magic rather, from Profusion and created this very kind of night sky vibe eye look. I love it. I like the shape that we created, and it was fun to do. I just want to do something smoky and was really drawn to this navy blue and kind of shimmery blue purple shade within the palette, and I wanted to put it on my eyeballs. So that's what we're doing today, and just hanging out and talking about Halloween plans and all that jazz. So if that interests you, just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down below and some upcoming videos that you want to see. What is some holiday inspiration that you want to see, like makeup looks? Like, do you have any special occasions coming up, like special events? Maybe like a formal Christmas party, something like that you want some makeup inspiration for? Let me know down below. Or if you want to see just some cozy, nice looks to wear to Thanksgiving dinner, let me know that as well in the comment section. And yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this kind of spooky, but not super crazy over the top makeup look. We're gonna squeeze in one more Halloween look. Oh my gosh, short turnaround on this one. Anyway, Moonlight Magic from Profusion is what we're using today. And I thought, let's do something very midnight sky inspired. There's something about this shade in the corner here that's kind of a inky navy blue purple that is just calling to me. This in combination with this shade, I want to do something with those two. I don't know what I'm going to do with the transition, so we're going to start with our darker colors and just kind of go from there. But yeah, that's what I want to do today. Something smoky and dark and midnight sky inspired. So let's get to it. I've already primed my eyes with my Sigma eye primer. I had a dream I was trying to link Sigma products in my description box and was like struggling with it. I'm like, why is my Macy's link not working? Do you even have a Macy's link? I don't know. Anyway, we've also got our spooky mug out today. Yep. I'm going to start with a black eyeliner to kind of get things going. It's my process. It's how I work out what I'm doing, my shape in my head. So we're going to start with the black eyeliner, and I'm going to go across the upper lash line and wing it out. And I'm using the Colleen Rothschild Coal Black today because this one's like really easy to smudge and is not one that like sets down or anything. It's a good like tacky base type of blendy kajal liner, but it's not one of those like long wear ones that set. It's an old school liner. And sometimes that is beneficial. There's nothing wrong with using liners like that. I just don't like them personally in the waterline, but like for like this kind of stuff, it's where they shine. Angled liner brush. Still using my little mini from Sephora for some reason. I don't know. Just into it, and we're gonna soften them edges. To see how easy this like softens and smokes out. That's the perk. And yeah, we're just gonna wing her out a little bit. We're not going to Halloween overly spooky today, by the way. We're just doing something a little dark and vampy and seasonally appropriate. I think we're supposed to have like some super bad weather on Halloween, so a lot of our trick-or-treat stuff is getting like swapped around to where some of it's happening in November, like a few days into November. Like, you know, at that point, just don't bother. I'm pretty sure everybody's kind of done their Halloween already this past weekend with all the trunk or treats and that kind of thing. That's usually already done the weekend prior to Halloween. All the parties and stuff like that. Just perfecting a little bit here. Not that it matters that terribly much. Just humor me. Again, all this doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a kind of a mapping things out. what I'm doing is kind of pulling inward a little bit there and smoking that in. I'm going to grab a small little blending brush like this, also from Profusion, and I'm going to do this number right here. And there we go. Okay, let's get to our eyeshadow colors. I'm going to start with like a little flat kind of packer brush. I'm going to take this one from Sonia Kashuk, and we're going to go straight into this inky navy blue, almost purple shade called Nocturnal. What a perfect name. This one right here. And we're going to throw that all over where we applied that liner and blend it onto the lid. What a pretty color. Nice. I'm gonna come all the way in. And onto all over the lid. And then I'm gonna diffuse the edges as I get higher. And letting them slowly get kind of blendy. Nice. Hey, all right. One of the easiest navy blues I've ever worked with. I've always found navy blue to be a bit of a butthole. I don't know why. Especially one like this, it's so inky. But yeah, with the weather being weird, I don't really know what's gonna go on for our Halloween here, though. My friends usually do like this massive like trunk or treat, not trunk or treat, like a trick or treat thing in their cul-de-sac where they set up like the hot air balloon and like it's a whole thing. My friends do ballooning. And so it's like a whole thing. They cook like 500 hot dogs to give out. Another house is doing gumbo. It's like a party. It's a neighborhood like block party type of thing. And families come from other neighborhoods to trick or treat there. They do shuttles like where they take a tractor and drive kids around in it, like a hayride kind of thing to trick or treat. It's an event and it's so fun, you know, to sit there on the porch and look at the littles and all their cute outfits, which that's my favorite part of Halloween, is looking at the little kids and their cute outfits and just gushing over it because I'm like, it's so cute. It's so cute. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of all up in the air now, isn't it? Just kind of diffusing these edges. And I'm keeping a Q-tip handy because I don't want things to get out of place here where I want them. All right. I'm gonna do a little bit of fine tuning with this shape. Building up color. Gonna make sure everything looks even from side to side here. I'm going to take my little blending brush, this little guy, and just come around these edges ever so softly and diffuse those. I want to take a little bit, I think, of this shade called Grim, which is like this kind of taupey cool tone shade right there. We're just gonna take a touch of that on this little brush, just as something very delicate to use as a kind of a diffusing shade. It'll flow into the skin. Now I'm gonna take my little liner brush one more time here. And we're going to go into the matte black within this palette that is just called Nightmare. Just a kind of a soft matte black, like a super dark charcoal off black. It's not quite jet black, but I'm just going to take that along here. deepen up just at the lashes. This kind of thing looks pretty, just matte. But I have a plan. I'm going back to my lay down brush I initially was using. And we're going to take some of the shade called Wrath. Just kind of a purple blue, blurple, very dark. And we're going to take that on the center of the lid. Exactly what I was going for. Alright, I'm just letting that come all the way up and diffuse right there. Touch up a bit of our navy blue. Make sure that is nice and intense. Oh yeah, perhaps this can be a little last minute inspiration. And we take some of the matte white just right there on the brow. Any matte white will do. And you could do this look with a lot of different palettes that have a nice navy blue in them, or like a navy blue shimmer. You don't have to have this palette to do the look. I just want to play with this palette because it's so pretty. And what's fun is the shimmer on the lid has a purple flash in it. It's a little bit duochromatic. So when I'm looking at some angles, it has more purple to it, and then some angles have more blue. So I don't really know how it's going to read on camera. I'm going to clamp the fallout and tidy up my shape here. Make sure I don't want to bring in my black eyeshadow in. And just a teensy bit right out here. A little bit more of our black, just for some good intensity. All right, now clear the fallout. Usual method of some face primer and a Q-tip. I'll see you in just a second. And I'm going to go ahead and do complexion stuff because that doesn't really have too much bearing on the makeup look. We'll be back for lower lash line finishing touches. See you in just a sec. Okay, we're back. Yeah, look a little different. I tidied some things up. It was getting a little too high, close to the brow. It was bugging me. So I just took my Q-tip, or actually I took a little flat brush and just kind of tidy that up. Sorry, I did that off camera because I just kind of got sucked into the moment of doing it and I was listening to a lecture. Anywho, I've also done my foundation and bronzer and brows. So for foundation, I use the Monica Blunder Cover. I'm really liking this. There'll be a video on this coming soon. But I use that for my foundation complexion today and concealer. For powder, I use my Lottie London on the under eyes and a little bit of Kosas powder on the rest of the face. Bronzer is Hourglass Ambient Lighting bronzer in light. And what else did I use? Oh, I use the Boomstick bronzer. Boomstick bronze. I use that underneath as like a base or a underpainting technique. Anyway, that's where we're at. So let's finish up this lower lash line real quick. And the brows, usual brow products, NYX Lift and Snatch, and my e.l.f. brow go-tos. All that is of course linked below in the description box. As per usual, if you ever have a question about what is on my face, it is in the description box with a link. And yeah, I'm trying to organize the links a little better. Lower lash line. I don't want to smoke out the lower lash line. I actually kind of like the way it looks very crisp. So I'm just going to keep it very tight to the lash line. Taking my liner first, just because it makes it easier to me. And I'm going to come right into that waterline with this. Tight line, upper and lower. There we go. Now, normally I would suggest using a long wear for that type of thing, going in the waterline. I'm not too concerned about it for myself. Now I'm going to grab my little angled brush. Look, an angled brush is like my best friend. I use angled brushes for so much, or so often within my makeup, that I didn't even realize how often I do reach for them. I'm just going to soften that up a little bit, get rid of any harshness and make sure it's looking kind of nice and, you know, not blended down, but smoky. We're just not gonna blow this out crazy. I mean, there's gonna be a little bit of smokiness, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Do I over-explain? Oh my gosh, is that a problem for me? Anyway, we're gonna go into our navy blue matte. Same brush. And I'm gonna press it right on that liner. Tap, tap, tap. Making sure everything's joining up right here on the outer corner. Make sure I really tap my brush off as well. I don't want any fallout. Because girl, getting that blue off my cheek was a pain. I didn't realize how much fallout I had until I started cleaning up, and I was like, oh my goodness. Blue is so hard to clean up when it comes to fallout. Oh my gosh. And it just spreads and like stains your skin kinda. Particularly like navy blues. Shades like this. That's a universal thing. It's not particular to this palette. Oops, see, I didn't tap my brush off enough. So I'm gonna have to very delicately flick that away. Taking my little, just kind of smudge brush here. It's great for lower lash line. Nothing on it. I'm just gonna run it across, just smoothing that out. Just get rid of any harsh edges. You see that kind of came down just a little too far on that one side. That's where I had just a touch of fallout. I'm just gonna kind of even that out a bit and not be too harsh about it. Taking some of the shimmer now. We use on the center of the lid. I'm just gonna pop some of that. I'm sure just taking on this brush, it picks up a little bit better. There we go. And I'm gonna go back to my angle brush real quick and take some of that matte black and just touch right here with it. Really just patting a little bit on. There we go. All right. Now let's do some mascara. I'm gonna do lash primer to start. We'll use the Get a Grip from Hard Candy. And while this is drying, because this is one of the primers, it does say to let dry fully before you do your mascara. I'm gonna do my blush and highlight and all of that fun stuff. For blush, I want to use Hourglass, and I think do I want to use Mood Exposure or here? I think I'm gonna use a little bit of Mood Exposure. I feel like that would be pretty with this, and not be too much. You know, I don't want to go over the top of the blush here. This is not a blushy look. Something kind of nude-ish is good. And Mood Exposure is that blush I go to when I can't think of a blush that I want to put with something. Mood Exposure is always there for you. Or there for me, rather. The blush that will literally go with anything. A little bit of a blushiness. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm going to take the bit of Dim and Diffuse Light just to do as a finishing powder. I'm going to take Dim Light, I think, right under here. And then we'll do Diffuse Light around the rest of the face here. And for a touch of highlight, I'm going to jump over to Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm. And we're going to go to, I think, a little combo of these two shades, these top ones. Is we can go ahead and do lips while I'm waiting for that mascara primer to continue drying here. Come on, lash primer. It takes so long for it to dry. Oh, it's such a thing. For lips, I want to do a little bit of lip liner. I'm going to go with NYX Matte Suede Lip Liner in Los Angeles. I think I'm going to take American Woman from NARS. This is one of their Power Matte Lip somethings. my favorite shades though, and I forget it exists. It's beautiful. There we go. Okay, there's lips done. I forgot to curl my lashes also. Oh, what in the heck is that? Somebody's cutting something outside my window. Don't I like having neighbors because I don't like being out alone feeling? They're so annoying sometimes. Anyway, we're gonna do some of the mascara. This is the Make It Double from Hard Candy. Really, after all this, we're gonna let that dry and we'll clean that up. Oh my goodness. The weed eater kerfuffled me. Whoever's using a weed eater right now. And don't you get started too. Oh boy. Okay, told you I'd clean it up. You just gotta let it dry. It'll be okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more lip liner here. Finishing touches, we got our mascara on. And this is the look complete for today. A little last minute, kind of Halloween, I guess just fall inspiration in general. A midnight sky kind of vibe. I actually love the way it came out. I don't go for blue eyeshadow very often, particularly like a navy blue, because I don't feel like it goes well with my eye color with that purple undertone that it has. But, you know, I like the way this looks. And that matte navy blue within this palette just was really calling to me. There was something about it. Again, I gotta say, this is a wonderful palette. If you can get your hands on it, go get it. Go get it. It's great. Great for you just year round. It doesn't have to be for Halloween. But anywho, let me know down below if you have any Halloween plans for day of Halloween, or if you did something this past weekend. Let me know all about it in the comment section, and if you have any suggestions for some looks you want to see for the upcoming holiday season, let me know that below. Coming your way will be some more Dark Academia makeup, of course. Some lip swatches and some gift guides. I have already prepped a bunch of gift guide stuff coming your way, and yeah, let me know. Any suggestions, comments, critiques, whatever, drop them in the comments down below, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Happy Halloween. Bye now.